What if the first 90 minutes of your morning could literally add years to your life? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover the 7 scientifically proven morning habits that centenarians worldwide practice daily, simple routines that researchers confirm can extend your lifespan and improve your quality of life dramatically. And habit number 4 takes just 30 seconds, but has been shown to reduce your risk of early death by 23%, yet almost nobody does it. Arthur, a 94-year-old from Oregon, credits his exceptional health to the same 7 morning habits he's practiced for over 40 years. While his friends experienced declining health in their 70s, Arthur remained active, sharp, and independent. His doctor studied his routine and found that every single habit aligned perfectly with longevity research. Habit 1. Drinking water. Immediately upon waking. The very first thing centenarians do each morning happens before they even get out of bed. They drink water, and they drink it immediately upon waking. This isn't just a pleasant routine or a nice way to start the day. Harvard Medical School research shows that drinking water within 5 minutes of waking rehydrates your body after 7 to 8 hours without fluids, jumpstarts your metabolism by up to 30%. Flushes toxins that accumulated overnight in your kidneys and liver, and activates your internal organs for optimal function throughout the entire day. Your body loses significant water through breathing and perspiration during sleep, and you wake up in a state of mild to moderate dehydration that most people don't recognize. When you drink water immediately upon waking, you're essentially turning on your body's systems after they've been in low power mode all night. Your blood becomes less viscous, flowing more easily through your vessels and reducing the strain on your heart. Your kidneys begin filtering waste more efficiently. Your digestive system activates and prepares for the day's food intake. Your brain receives better blood flow and oxygen delivery, improving alertness and cognitive function far more effectively than coffee ever could. Studies from the Mayo Clinic show that seniors who hydrate first thing in the morning have lower rates of urinary tract infections, kidney stones, constipation, and even heart attacks in the critical morning hours when cardiovascular events peak. Evelyn, an 88-year-old from Vermont, keeps 2 glasses of water on her nightstand and drinks both before standing up each morning. She's never been hospitalized, takes no medications whatsoever, and has energy levels that consistently amaze her doctors during annual checkups. Starting your day dehydrated forces your heart to work significantly harder, slows your brain function and reaction time, thickens your blood and increases clot risk, and sets a pattern of poor hydration that accelerates aging at the cellular level. Your body interprets morning dehydration as a stress signal, releasing cortisol and other stress hormones that damage your cardiovascular system over time. Place 2 full glasses of water on your nightstand tonight and drink them both before getting out of bed tomorrow morning. Don't wait until you feel thirsty, because by then your body is already dangerously dehydrated. Make this your absolute first morning action before checking your phone, before getting up, before anything else. Your body is desperately dehydrated right now after sleeping. Rehydrate the moment you wake up. Habit 2. Getting morning sunlight within 30 minutes of waking. Could 15 minutes of morning sunshine be more powerful than any supplement you could ever take? The answer is absolutely yes. And centenarians worldwide have known this instinctively for generations. Research from Johns Hopkins confirms that exposure to natural morning light within 30 minutes of waking regulates your circadian rhythm, improves sleep quality that night, boosts vitamin D production when your skin is most receptive, enhances mood by triggering serotonin release, and significantly reduces mortality risk in seniors across multiple health categories. The timing matters critically. Morning sunlight has different wavelengths and intensity compared to afternoon or evening light, and your body's photoreceptors are specifically primed to receive these morning wavelengths within the first hour of waking. Your circadian rhythm, the internal biological clock that regulates sleep, hormone production, metabolism, and countless other functions, depends entirely on natural light exposure patterns. When you get bright morning light, you're essentially setting and synchronizing this master clock. Your body knows it's morning, begins producing the appropriate hormones, adjusts your metabolism for daytime activity, and starts a countdown to evening when melatonin production will begin exactly 14 to 16 hours later. Seniors who miss morning sunlight experience disrupted sleep patterns, seasonal depression, vitamin D deficiency, weakened immune function, and accelerated cognitive decline. The National Institute on Aging has found that consistent morning light exposure correlates with better memory, reduced Alzheimer's risk, and longer overall lifespan. Gerald, a 91-year-old from California, sits on his porch with his morning coffee every single day, without exception, rain or shine, for 15 minutes. His doctor attributes his remarkable mental sharpness and robust physical health partly to this unwavering habit. Missing morning sunlight disrupts your sleep-wake cycle, causing insomnia and poor sleep quality that cascade into numerous health problems. It depletes vitamin D, weakening bones and immunity. It increases depression risk substantially, particularly in winter months. It accelerates cognitive decline and may contribute to dementia development. Step outside within 30 minutes of waking and spend 10 to 15 minutes in natural light without sunglasses, even on cloudy days. Sit on your porch, walk around your yard, or simply stand by an open window if weather prevents going outside. Don't look directly at the sun, but let the natural light reach your eyes and skin. This isn't about tanning or getting hot. It's about light exposure to your retinas and skin. Tomorrow morning, make this your non-negotiable first priority after hydrating. Habit 3, eating a protein-rich breakfast. Within 1 hour, centenarians never skip breakfast, and they always include one specific nutrient that most Americans severely lack in their morning meals. That nutrient is protein, and it's arguably the most important factor in maintaining muscle strength and independence as you age. Mayo Clinic studies show that seniors who eat 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast maintain significantly more muscle mass, stabilize blood sugar throughout the entire day, reduce frailty risk by up to 40%, preserve cognitive function better, and live substantially longer than those who skip breakfast or eat carbohydrate-heavy meals like cereal, toast, or pastries. Your body's ability to build and maintain muscle peaks in the hours following protein consumption, and breakfast is when your body is most primed to use that protein effectively. After an overnight fast, your muscles are in a slightly catabolic state, meaning they're breaking down for energy. When you consume adequate protein at breakfast, you immediately shift into an anabolic state where muscles rebuild and strengthen. This daily pattern of muscle preservation is what keeps centenarians walking independently, recovering from falls, maintaining balance, and living without assistance. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that muscle mass is the single greatest predictor of longevity in seniors, even more important than body weight or body mass index. Every year after age 60, you naturally lose 1 to 2% of your muscle mass unless you actively prevent it through protein intake and movement. That loss accelerates dramatically if you skip breakfast protein. Ruth, a 93-year-old from Minnesota, eats eggs and Greek yogurt every morning without fail and has done so for decades. She walks independently, maintains her own home and garden, and has outlived all of her siblings by over a decade. Skipping protein at breakfast accelerates muscle loss, leading to frailty, falls, and loss of independence. It destabilizes blood sugar, causing energy crashes, increased hunger, and poor food choices later. It triggers overeating at subsequent meals as your body desperately seeks the nutrients it needs. It shortens both lifespan and health span significantly. Eat eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, or other high-quality protein sources within 1 hour of waking every single morning. Aim for at least 25 grams of protein, which equals about 3 eggs, 1 cup of Greek yogurt, or 1 cup of cottage cheese. Combine protein with vegetables for additional nutrients and fiber. Avoid starting your day with sugary cereals, pastries, juice, or toast alone. What you eat tomorrow morning directly impacts how many healthy years you have left. Choose protein. Habit 4. 30-second gratitude practice. This 30-second habit reduces your risk of early death by 23% according to rigorous scientific research, yet almost nobody practices it consistently. The habit is gratitude, specifically taking 30 seconds each morning to consciously acknowledge 3 things you're grateful for before getting out of bed. Harvard Medical School's landmark longitudinal study on gratitude followed thousands of seniors for over a decade and found that those who consciously practiced gratitude each morning experienced 23% lower mortality risk from all causes, stronger immune function with higher antibody production, better heart health with reduced inflammation markers, lower blood pressure, and significantly reduced inflammatory markers throughout their bodies. The researchers were stunned by the magnitude of the effect. Gratitude isn't just a pleasant emotion or positive thinking exercise. It's a powerful biological intervention that changes your brain chemistry, hormone production, and immune function in measurable ways. When you consciously focus on gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters responsible for happiness and well-being. Your stress hormone cortisol decreases dramatically. Your vagus nerve, which controls your parasympathetic nervous system and inflammation response, becomes more active. Your heart rate variability improves, which is a key marker of cardiovascular health and longevity. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that grateful people have fewer heart attacks, recover faster from surgery, experience less chronic pain, and maintain better cognitive function as they age. Vernon, an 89-year-old from Tennessee, spends 30 seconds each morning mentally listing 3 specific blessings before getting out of bed. He's convinced this simple practice kept him alive through 2 serious health challenges that killed others with similar conditions. Chronic negativity and lack of gratitude increase stress hormones continuously, weakening your immune system and leaving you vulnerable to illness. They raise inflammation throughout your body, accelerating arthritis, heart disease, and cancer development. They worsen depression and anxiety, which independently shorten lifespan. They isolate you socially as people avoid chronic complainers. Before getting out of bed tomorrow morning, name 3 specific things you're grateful for. Be specific and genuine, not just my family, but my grandson's phone call yesterday. Not just my health, but my ability to walk without pain today. Feel the gratitude genuinely for those 30 seconds. Starting tomorrow morning, give yourself this 30-second gift that science proves extends life. Habit 5. 5 minutes of gentle movement. Can 5 minutes of morning movement actually predict how long you'll live? According to extensive research, yes, it absolutely can. The CDC and National Institute on Aging confirm through multiple large studies that seniors who perform light stretching or movement within the first hour of waking have dramatically better balance, significantly fewer falls and related injuries, maintained mobility and flexibility into their 90s, better circulation and cardiovascular function, and measurably lower mortality rates compared to those who remain sedentary until midday or later. Morning movement doesn't need to be intense exercise or a formal workout. Simple stretching, gentle range of motion exercises, or basic movements prepare your body for the day ahead. Your muscles, joints, and connective tissues stiffen overnight. As you remain in static positions for hours, your circulation slows, your blood pressure drops, and your joints lose lubrication. When you move gently first thing in the morning, you're essentially warming up your body's systems before demanding performance from them. You increase blood flow to muscles and joints, delivering oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products. You stimulate synovial fluid production in your joints, reducing pain and preventing damage. You activate your nervous system, improving coordination and reducing fall risk throughout the day. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that morning stretching reduces injury risk by up to 50% in seniors and maintains the flexibility necessary for independent living. Clarence, a 92-year-old from Idaho, does simple chair stretches every morning while his coffee brews, a routine he's maintained for 30 years. His physical therapist says his flexibility and balance rival people 20 years younger. Morning stiffness that isn't addressed leads to chronic immobility as you begin avoiding movement due to pain and difficulty. This creates a vicious cycle where lack of movement causes more stiffness, which causes more avoidance, leading to rapid physical decline. It increases fall risk dramatically, and falls are the leading cause of injury death in seniors. It leads to loss of independence as you become unable to perform daily activities. It dramatically shortens lifespan and health span. Do 5 minutes of gentle stretches, arm circles, or leg lifts every morning before breakfast. Focus on major joints like shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. Move slowly and gently, never forcing or bouncing. Breathe deeply throughout the movements. Movement first thing in the morning sets the tone for your entire day. Move tomorrow morning, even if it's just marching in place. Your longevity depends on it. Habit 6. Meaningful social connection. Before noon, centenarians make human connection a morning priority, not an afterthought they fit in when convenient. This isn't accidental or just personality preference. Johns Hopkins research on the blue zones, regions where people consistently live past 100, reveals that daily meaningful social interaction, especially in the morning, reduces mortality risk by up to 50%, lowers stress hormones and blood pressure immediately, strengthens immune function and disease resistance, reduces dementia risk significantly, and provides purpose and meaning that extends both lifespan and quality of life. The timing matters because morning social connection sets your emotional and psychological tone for the entire day. Social isolation has been identified as a public health crisis, particularly among seniors. The research is unequivocal and alarming. Social isolation is as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes daily in terms of mortality risk. It accelerates cognitive decline more than any other lifestyle factor. It weakens immune function, leaving you vulnerable to infections and cancer. It increases inflammation throughout your body, accelerating heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. It raises stress hormones, damaging your cardiovascular system. Conversely, seniors with strong social connections have better memory, lower rates of dementia, faster recovery from illness, better management of chronic conditions, and significantly longer lives. The Harvard study of adult development, which followed participants for over 80 years, found that social connection quality is the single greatest predictor of happiness and longevity. Joyce, a 90-year-old from North Carolina, calls one friend or family member every morning during breakfast without fail. Her doctor credits her exceptional mental health, sharp memory, and remarkable longevity partly to this consistent social connection. Social isolation accelerates cognitive decline, increasing dementia risk by up to 60%. It weakens your immune system, making you vulnerable to infections and cancer. It increases depression and anxiety, which independently shorten life. It removes accountability and motivation, leading to poor health choices and rapid decline. Call, text, or visit with someone you care about every morning, even if just for 5 minutes. Make it genuine connection, not just surface pleasantries. Ask meaningful questions and truly listen. Schedule regular morning coffee dates with friends or family. Join morning walking groups, church groups, or community activities. Use technology like video calls if distance separates you from loved ones. Don't let another morning pass in isolation. Reach out tomorrow and make it a daily habit. Habit 7. Avoiding screens for the first hour. The longest living people protect their mornings from one specific modern threat that didn't exist for previous generations, but now dominates most people's lives. That threat is immediate screen exposure, whether phones, tablets, computers, or television. Harvard Medical School research shows that immediate morning screen exposure spikes cortisol levels by up to 50% within minutes, increases anxiety and blood pressure significantly, disrupts focus and attention for hours afterward, fragments your priorities and intentions for the day, and creates stress patterns that accumulate over time, measurably reducing both lifespan and quality of life. The first hour after waking is when your brain transitions from sleep to wakefulness, and what you expose it to during this critical window determines your mental state for the entire day. When you immediately check your phone or turn on the television upon waking, you're flooding your brain with information, demands, news, and other people's priorities before you've established your own intentions for the day. Your nervous system shifts into reactive mode rather than proactive mode. Your cortisol, which naturally peaks in the morning to help you wake up, spikes even higher, triggering anxiety and stress. Your attention becomes scattered across dozens of inputs rather than focused on your own well-being and priorities. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that people who avoid screens for their first waking hour report better mood, lower anxiety, better focus, more accomplished daily goals, and better sleep that night because their cortisol patterns remain healthy. Eugene, an 87-year-old from Wisconsin, refuses to check his phone or watch television until after breakfast and his complete morning routine. He sleeps better than most people his age, experiences minimal anxiety, and maintains mental clarity that his peers lack. Starting your day with screens floods your brain with stress hormones, setting an anxious, reactive tone for everything that follows. It scatters your focus and attention, making you less effective and more frustrated throughout the day. It raises your blood pressure and heart rate unnecessarily when they should be rising gradually and naturally. It establishes unhealthy patterns of constant connectivity that prevent relaxation and recovery, directly shortening your life. Keep your phone in another room overnight, not on your nightstand. Don't touch any screens for your first hour awake. Use that protected time for the 6 habits above. Hydrate, get sunlight, move gently, practice gratitude, eat protein, and connect with someone. Let your brain wake up naturally without electronic stimulation. Protect tomorrow morning from screens. Your brain, heart, and longevity will thank you. You now know the 7 morning habits practiced by people who live past 90: immediate hydration, morning sunlight, protein-rich breakfast, 30-second gratitude practice, gentle movement, social connection, and screen-free mornings. The beautiful truth is that none of these require money, special equipment, or perfect health to start. You can begin tomorrow morning and potentially add years of healthy, independent life. Which of these 7 habits will you start tomorrow morning? Comment with the number and habit name because I want to hear your commitment. If you're already doing some of these, share how they've impacted your health. If this video gave you a clear action plan for longevity, hit that like button and subscribe for more life-extending health strategies. Share this with every senior you know because these 7 habits could literally add years to someone's life, and you might save someone by sharing this information today.